Number 10. The Extremely Large Telescope, ELT. The Extremely Large Telescope, or ELT for short. With a staggering price tag of $1.6 billion, this astronomical marvel is set to revolutionize our understanding of the cosmos. Nestled in the breathtaking Atacama Desert of Chile, the ELT is aptly named. Its primary mirror boasts a jaw-dropping diameter of 39 meters, making it the largest optical scope on the planet. To put that into perspective, it's nearly 4 times larger than the current record holder, the Gran Telescopio Canarias in Spain. Originally, the vision for this project was even grander. It was once dubbed the overwhelmingly large telescope, which would have had a mind-boggling 100-meter diameter. However, that concept was deemed a bit too ambitious and was ultimately scrapped. Number 9. Andes Renewables. Andes Renewables, a groundbreaking renewable energy project costing $1.8 billion. Chile is on the fast track to becoming a renewable energy powerhouse, with a remarkable 55% of its electricity already generated from renewable sources, and the government is aiming for 70% by 2030. The Andes Renewables platform will consist of 10 wind and solar projects, collectively adding 1.8 gigawatts of installed capacity, enough to power 1.2 million Chilean households. The first phase, known as the Condor Portfolio, kicked off in 2019 and features 1 solar farm and 3 wind farms, all of which are now operational. The second phase, the Hue Portfolio, began construction in 2020 and includes 2 solar and 3 wind farms, with 4 already up and running. Number 8. Port of Chancay. The Port of Chancay, a colossal project with a budget of $3.6 billion. Located just a stone's throw from Peru's capital, Lima, this deep water port is being constructed by China and aims to rival Peru's busiest ports. Spanning 1,000 hectares along the Pacific coast, the Port of Chancay will accommodate the largest container ships, boasting a capacity of up to 21,000 TEUs, 20-foot equivalent units. In comparison, Peru's main port, the Port of Callao, can only handle ships with a capacity of 15,000 TEUs. Construction began in 2019 with a partnership between Chinese and Peruvian workers. The project is 60% owned by the Chinese shipping giant COSCO, while 40% is held by the Peruvian mining company Vulcan. This megaport is designed to be a faster, more reliable hub for Peruvian goods destined for the Asian market, significantly reducing shipping times from 35 days to potentially 20 days. Number 7. Bogota Metro Line. The Bogota Metro Line, a monumental project costing $4 billion. This is quite surprising, especially when you consider that Medellin, Colombia's second largest city with just 2.5 million people, boasts the only metro system in the entire country. Plans for a metro system in Bogota date back to the 1940s. But due to a myriad of political and economic challenges, the project was stuck in limbo for decades. Finally, in 2019, a 100% Chinese consortium won the bid to design, construct, and operate the Bogota Metro for the next 20 years. This new metro line will stretch 24 kilometers with 16 stations, predominantly running above ground, cutting through the heart of the city. Number 6. Angra 3 Nuclear Power Plant. The Angra 3 nuclear power plant, with a budget of $4.4 billion. Brazil has long relied on hydroelectric power, ranking second globally in hydroelectric capacity, just behind China. However, climate change and shifting rainfall patterns have raised concerns about the sustainability of this energy source. To address these challenges, Brazil's government aims to diversify its energy portfolio, with plans to increase nuclear capacity by an additional 10 gigawatts by 2050. Currently, Brazil operates just 1 nuclear power plant, which opened in 1985. The Angra nuclear power plant comprises 2 reactors with a total capacity of 1,850 megawatts, contributing approximately 2.2% Brazil's electricity. The much-anticipated Angra 3 reactor, which was part of the original design for the plant, has faced numerous delays since its conceptualization in the 1980s due to events like the Chernobyl disaster, economic crisis, and even the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 5. Southern Peru Gas Pipeline. The Southern Peru Gas Pipeline, a vital project costing $4.5 billion. Although Peru has a robust hydroelectric capacity, it still relies heavily on natural gas for electricity generation. However, transporting this essential resource from the gas fields to major urban centers poses a significant logistical challenge, as most extraction occurs on the opposite side of the Andes Mountains from cities like Lima. One of Peru's major gas sources, the Chimizi Gas Project, holds approximately 380 billion cubic meters of natural gas and has been instrumental in supplying 42% of the country's electricity. To address the transportation issue, the Southern Peru Gas Pipeline is proposed to span 1,100 kilometers, connecting gas fields to the coastal cities of Mendoza and Pisco, where it will be utilized in power plants. Construction began in 2014, reaching 30% completion before it was abruptly halted in 2017 due to funding shortages. Today, the project remains on hold as Peru seeks new bids from potential contractors to revive this critical infrastructure project. Number 4. Patagonia Dams. The Patagonia Dams, a massive undertaking estimated at $4.7 billion. Argentina heavily relies on hydroelectric power, generating 35% of its electricity from this source. However, like Brazil, Argentina faces similar challenges with droughts and climate change threatening its energy reserves. The Santa Cruz River Hydroelectric Complex is one of Argentina's most ambitious projects, consisting of 2 dams that will harness the river's power. The first dam, the Nestor Kirchner Dam, will stretch 2.8 kilometers and rise over 75 meters, even longer than the famous Three Gorges Dam in China. Located 180 kilometers west of Puerto Santa Cruz, this dam will have an installed capacity of 1,140 megawatts. The second dam, the George Sepernik Dam, will be located 65 kilometers downstream, equally impressive at 2.9 kilometers long and 43 meters high, with a capacity of 600 megawatts. Together, these 2 colossal structures are expected to produce around 5% of Argentina's total electricity supply. Number 3. Vakka Mora Shale Oil Gas Project. The Vakka Mora Shale Oil and Gas Project, a monumental investment of $5 billion. The Vakka Mora Formation is one of Argentina's most valuable natural assets, containing an estimated 27 billion barrels of proven shale oil reserves. The state-owned company YIP is leading the charge in extracting this resource, which has the potential to significantly boost Argentina's economy. As of 2022, around 1,700 drilling sites have been established in the region. But YIP is not satisfied with just that. The company plans to invest an additional $5 billion this year alone to ramp up operations in Vakka Mora. However, the extraction method known as fracking has sparked controversy. This technique can be detrimental to the environment, leading to contamination of both. Number 2. São Paulo Metro Line Expansion. The São Paulo Metro Line expansion, with a staggering budget of $6.3 billion. São Paulo, the largest city in Latin America, is notorious for its traffic congestion, serving as the bustling hub of 12 million residents. To combat this, the city boasts the largest and busiest metropolitan rail network in the region, serving 5.5 million commuters daily. Despite the extensive metro system, it's still not enough to accommodate the entire population. To address this pressing issue, new lines and expansions are underway. One of the most notable projects is Line 6, which will run 14 kilometers from São Joaquim to Brazilândia, featuring 14 stops and operating entirely without drivers. Number 1. Central Oceanic Railway Corridor. Finally, we arrive at the pinnacle of our countdown, the Central Oceanic Railway Corridor, the most ambitious and expensive mega project on our list, with an estimated cost ranging from $10 billion to $15 billion. South America is often criticized for its lack of interconnected infrastructure, especially when compared to continents like North America and Europe. This project aims to change that by linking the Atlantic and Pacific coasts through a vast network of railroads.